Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am rockstermaniac, and we are bringing you one of the many recordings I made while I was away. My apologies for how long it's been since you had a steady diet of Town of Salem in your life, but that's okay. This is a commentary on the video, but I'm going to, for the most part, try and act like I'm actually playing right now. Hey, we've been jailed. We are the jester, so this is actually a great way to start. I'd rather get jailed by the jester on day one when he can't do anything about it than have him check me out later. Alright, well, we're going to claim medium just because town support tends to be the easiest role in the game to confirm itself, which is terribly broken for mafia and neutral killing, but for us, since we want to get hung, it's great. I am almost guaranteed to have someone counterclaim me. Their counterclaim is almost guaranteed to be better than mine. If by some chance it is medium that I'm up against, we're gonna be essentially arguing with each other. As long as I don't get shot by oh good, Fidji, dead day one. Things just keep getting better and better. As long as there's not a random town full of Viggies, I'm in good shape right here. Alright, so we're gonna come out as medium, partially because Jailer told us to, which is great. He's playing into my strat, and partially because I want people to see me talking, remember who I am, so that I don't get overlooked later. We have to walk a very fine line here between being brutally obvious and not being obvious enough. Because the other major problem is if the mafia decide to kill me, which is another reason why I love claiming medium as jester. Because I have been running a long string of death by mafia situations as jester lately. And I've just decided that claiming TI is just too risky. I've made it stupidly obvious on multiple occasions that I can't possibly be the town invest. And I still get killed by mafia because they think they're killing an important investigative role. So at the moment, I'm just kind of throwing shade. I'm just gonna kind of throw shade at anyone I can. If I've kind of pushed this up, I want people to hear me being suspicious of them. If this turns out to be town, great. If it turns out to be mafia, it'll sound like I'm trying to cover for him. I know this. Partially for that reason, and partially because there really wasn't all that much evidence. There's not much of a reason for this guy to be up here. Also, that last comment in the bottom left is actually partially my legit thoughts on the matter. There's no reason in Town of Salem anymore to be abstaining in a vote up. If you don't think that there's sufficient evidence to be guiltying someone, you should be voting Inno. Too many people are afraid that it'll make them look suspicious to be Innoing people. No, you should Inno. The only person that ever gave you any reason to be abstaining in this game is the fact that Jester exists, and they changed that over a year ago, so that if you abstain, Jester can still kill you. All right, so what can I do here? I need to look suspicious, but also be coming out with something. It's important to say that I'm the only medium, because if TS is a medium, they're gonna counteract that. I want to push on 5 for multiple reasons, actually. One was the fact that he pushed up the investigator yesterday, so he already looks suspicious. And the second reason is related to pre-game dialogue we had. So you might know that notice that his gamer tag is not exactly the most endearing. Reason for that is someone asked, like they always do in this game, for a theme to use for names, and I suggested, mostly as a joke, that we should pick Drake songs. And he was adamant that we weren't doing that. He was insulting me, calling me names, swearing at me. So as a joke, when I started putting my gamer name in for this round, and good, Jailer's dead. It's another load off my back. I essentially started things off by typing in Kiki and then changing it to something else because I knew I could get myself killed for doing that. It's like the most annoying song Drake has released in the last few years, but it was a personal favorite of mine for that reason. So obviously, he didn't take well to that. So I've made it my secondary goal to get him lynched. And between Werewolf and Mafia, and I believe Jailer got the kill on the Mafioso. Town is looking pretty thinned out here. I'm gonna have to make a move, if not today, definitely by tomorrow. Town has lost almost 2/3 of its people. Mafia's lost half of theirs. It's down to me, the werewolf, and about 6 opponents. So 5 is counteracting my push on him by saying that he's confirmed town by the spies will. Nope, you're not. Partially because I really want to hang you, and partially because I hate it when people say that because you're never confirmed by a spy's will. A spy confirms that the Mafia visited you. There are several reasons why this could happen. Number 1, you could have been transported and we don't know about it because the transporter is silent. We still don't know who the town support is. I haven't been CC'd. That could make you Mafia. 2, you could be the neutral killing. It's in fact very likely that you are the neutral killing if Mafia has visited you and you're not dead. Sure, not in this particular case because Mafia has successfully gotten a kill off every single time. But the fact of the matter is, they visited you night 1 and then didn't kill you off. God only knows why. And 3, you could be the neutral evil, which is kind of an offshoot of neutral killing. 4, the Mafia could have been witched into you, which is basically the same thing as transporter. The point is, there are situations that could make you Mafia or evil, and still having been visited by Moth. You're not confirmed town because of a spy ever. By process of elimination, you could be confirmed by a spy's will, but the spy's will by itself does not confirm you ever. That is a weak as heck excuse. And I come out and tell him that it was Kiki, just to have an extra little dig. I don't know how we got the hang on that, because he is the doctor, and we do not have a Town Protect CC. Or maybe we did. Because I do recall someone ends up claiming Doc later. But it's great. The Doc got the Invest killed for God knows what reason. I get the Doc killed. And by the next day, unless they hit the werewolf, Mafia will have whittled the town down to 2 people. The Moth themselves will have 2 people, and then there will be me and the werewolf. I have to make a move here. And apparently I get transed. Nice. Well, now I know what the town support is at least. Why the transporter, when we're essentially down to 2 people at this point, hasn't CC'd me already is beyond me. We only have 1 random town confirmed. There is that, because there is both a vet and a Vigi dead. There's 2 TIs dead. All the other TI claims could be fake. There is my medium claim, which is obviously a random town claim. Well, there's the second confirmed random town, because there's a second investigator. So I'm going to make a move. I'm saying that he jailed Caesar Knight 2 and that Caesar claimed Doctor, which of course would be counteracting my random town 3 claim now. He probably was never jailed. Someone else almost certainly was jailed. I believe it was the mafioso that I believe was executed by the jailer, which if it was, great. It looks like I made a mistake and didn't notice that the jailer got executed before he died. But the reason this is potentially a good move is the jailer did not keep a complete will. We do not know based on his will who was jailed Night 2, but somebody was, and that person was either executed, in which case someone who was paying attention should know that, or someone is going to claim having been jailed. He claims Lookout, and this is not going as according to plan, because I actually get him up on the stand. That's not the outcome I was looking for. Now, there is a evil majority in the town right now, so he could be a legit lookout. It could be Lookout Transporter as the only 2 town left. But, well, he has a terrible will, so he's getting executed. That goes without saying. It looks like by sheer chance, though the odds are not terrible. There are 2 mafia and a werewolf to 2 town. My odds were basically 3 to 2 of getting an evil person put up on the stand. I wouldn't think mafia would have gotten put up all that easily, because his partner would represent the only person who didn't vote him up. So 14's claiming sheriff. John Willard is claiming Doc. Sadie is apparently our trans. Oh my god, that's the Godfather. Interesting. At least this keeps the metrics in my favor, because there are still 2 town, one of whom is a transporter who can buy themselves safety. Who didn't vote this up? Fawcett didn't vote this up. Okay, we have 1 day left to make a move. I'm going to straight up accuse the Godfather of throwing and give up his partner. And I'm going to claim that the Doc is the werewolf. And it's possible I could just end up winning this game for town here, or the Transporter and Doc claim could both die. Okay, the Transporter was killed by the Mafia, which that doesn't seem likely. Swapped with John. Well, picked the wrong person there. I'd have swapped with Fawcett failure myself. John Willard mauled by a werewolf. Oh, okay. So the werewolf went for the Transporter claim. Probably expecting that the Transporter was swapping with the Mafia and he could get rid of... Or maybe he just really wanted the Transporter dead. And the Mafia went for the Doc for God knows what reason. And they ended up both taking out their target anyways. So it's me, the Moth, and the Werewolf. I'm gonna have to beg for votes here. Fawcett's claiming Werewolf. That's not likely, buddy, but I will play along. Because I need your vote. Of course, you also need my vote. Or at least you need me hung. Because there's a win condition for Werewolf versus Moth. You can't win this. It's very clever. Actually, it's predictable, but still clever to be trying to get the Werewolf hung here. Sorry, to try and get me to haunt the Werewolf here. But, sorry, pal. One of the two of you is claiming Sheriff, for starters. And one of the two of you didn't vote up the Godfather. And I'm gonna check, because I'm pretty sure we hung either the I'm pretty sure we hung the consort, didn't we? You are correct. It is hard to win as neutral killing, Fawcett. That's why I'm haunting you instead. Oh, and I'm going to make a little comment here about how if they inno me, I'll just come down off the stand and help vote up the person who innoed me. Yeah, you guys left way too much time on the clock. I'm hoping that means they're both decisively going to guilty this, but a split vote would be hilarious. You can't inno and save yourself from Jester here. One inno is enough to get me off the stand. Well, they're both claiming werewolf. That's predictable. Well, we accomplished our goals at least. Albeit in the least entertaining way possible. This game just moved too fast for me to really have a chance. I made some decent plays, I feel. It just didn't pan out. Alright, time to hunt Fawcett. People might think that this is a... I'm actually going to go back and check. He definitely didn't vote up the GF. Was there any other vote ups on any of the Mafia? Meh, doesn't matter. Also, you might think that it's a dick move to haunt the person who I essentially worked with to get myself hung. I needed them both anyways. This wasn't happening if either one of them bowed out. The werewolf, in fact, deserves way, way more than he does, because the werewolf did not need to hang me at all. He already had a win condition. It didn't matter what the GF did. It actually hurts his chances. It goes from 100% to 50% simply by putting me on the stand. And that's why he gets my vote, and that's why he deserves this win. If you thought you were going to lose, I'm actually surprised you didn't vote me up. I'm assuming it was my threat that I would vote up the person who didn't vote me up and guilty. Oh, and it's his first win, too. I feel like such a awesome person. Glad I could have been a part of this. Well, with that, I will see you guys next time. Stay classy.